Hey everyone, it's time again to watch another video about a weird creep on TikTok. And this one is more bizarre to me because he seems to have an obsession with Dream and his Minecraft SMP server, because all of his TikToks are of him roleplaying as his Dream persona with his own makeshift mask. And all of that doesn't sound too bad until later on, where he tries to roleplay for the people, mostly minors, where he would act a bit sexual with them. So where most people try to avoid the blame and pretend like they didn't even interact with them, he didn't even do that and just flat out said that he was talking to minors. But that didn't fix anything, because he was still being incredibly weird and maintained this cringy personality the entire time, which made this so funny to watch.
Hello everyone, my name is Donovan Mayo, aka Donovan Mayo 46.
They were going to be talking about Donovan Mayo.
Donovan Mayo is a 21-year-old TikTok content creator.
I'm widely known on TikTok as a cosplayer and roleplayer.
You're my next victim.
Hell yeah.
Minors. SMP welcoming video for Phoenix Stream and her SMP.
Oh, SMP, Minecraft player server, whatever that stands for, hell yeah.
Here's one of the messages that I was roleplaying with.
It's all secret. Stop playing coy with me. #1 fan is waiting.
I also said that I tied someone up. Well, I'm here to tell you now that all of that was just acting. I don't think I want any of you. I don't want anything to have to do with you. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Donovan Mayo, that name is badass. This is gonna be one epic TikTok creep story.
History, a history that we're going to be diving into today in this video. If you're aware of Mr. Mayo, you may have stumbled across one of his TikToks where his cosplaying has been honed down to a specific niche involving one large Minecraft YouTuber. This Minecraft YouTuber is known as Dream, particularly recreating the well-known series of Dream's SMP into a real-life setting with his own twists and creative directions. One twist in particular, which will be heavily important later on, involving his persona as Evil Dream and a minor.
Livestream.exe at your service.
From being possessed apparently by the spirit of popular Minecraft YouTubers all the way to flirting with people of all kinds of ages in an attempt to seem desirable online.
You're such a good girl.
It's not working, buddy.
Oh, babe, I hate that voice so much, it's so uncomfortable.
Towards young impressionable.
This is the second video of mine that's featured a TikTok creep that has that kind of mannerism, like, oh, baby.
Now, before we hop into today's video, I just want to say my name's Wonder. Super great to have you here. If you're new around here, warm welcome to you. If you're not and you're coming back, great to see you again. Now, I just want to say I'm getting kind of used to this type of content, so if you have any constructive feedback or criticism, definitely let me know down below. The last video, you guys said I was doing some zooms and all that, so we're not going to be having none of this going on. Also, I want to give a shout out to the creators on screen because this is where I first learned of this story, so definitely go and check those guys out as they all have their own opinions and insights.
I know Kiwi Tapes, yeah, he makes a lot of videos like these. TikTok creeps. They're alright, not gonna lie.
If you enjoyed today's video so you don't miss out on any further uploads, thank you for being here, and let's get right into today's video, the story of Donovan Mayo. As we start off our story today, we have to ask ourselves one very important question. Who exactly is Donovan Mayo, and how did we end up where we are today? It's a very good question. As I already mentioned before, he got his first start over on TikTok by doing a lot of cosplays where he pretended to be Dream. However, this wasn't the only persona he had. He would try to recreate the Dream SMP in his own vision. I believe it initially started off as him just taking episodes of the Dream SMP that he found over on YouTube and then recreating them. However, somewhere along the line, he decided to form his own Dream personas, if you want to say. That feels weird coming out of my mouth. Now, he has two in particular. He would have just normal Dream, but then he had kind of what would be his darker side, known as Lost Dream. It's like the edgelord.
I want to go back for a second, because so far, the first one he showed was 20 likes, but that Nightmare Dream persona or whatever seems to have more likes. 100, I can't, it's really hard to tell, but it has almost 10,000 comments, so he must be doing quite well to have like be that popular as well. So
Lost Dream, it's like the edgelord Dream.
I'm surprised I haven't heard of him so far, because he does seem like someone that a lot of people will make fun of for being cringy.
I always say, if you can't hide the blood, I don't want it on my rug. Well, I just made that up today. The smell of the undead, my fave.
Oh my gosh!
Is that an XT mask?
The heavens above!
I wish Dad could see me now. Maybe I should visit Daddy D to let him see the bloodshed I caused in the server. Here I come, Dad. You're my next victim.
Wait, did he say dad? Oh, no, hold on. I want to say dad.
Here I come, Dad.
Oh my god. I was thinking in my head, because most of these people that have these kind of lifestyles, where they have these made up fantasies, do normally have parental issues. And yeah, he just said he had like a situation where he wants to kill his dad, so I'm really not that surprised. But it's one of those situations where like the second his dad walks in, he immediately starts acting nice and like, yeah, behaving good.
Brother, how's it going? I hope you like what I done with the place. Nothing's wrong. Everything's just completely right. You're right. This isn't me. And you aren't you!
Now, being TikTok's largest edgelord isn't all the wonderful talents that this man has. No. Donovan is...
I don't know if he'd be I guess he's an edgelord, but he's way more like on the cringy side than some other people.
On my For You page. But enough people found out to really start honing in on this guy, and that's when the trolls began to appear. But just because Donovan was on the radar now doesn't mean that he was gonna let that back him down. No, this man has confidence of a god. He began to start doing, I guess, his own sort of series aside from the Dream SMP cosplaying, where he would start flirting with other creators of presumably all ages, given that, according to him, he doesn't ask about age.
I'm gonna call it now. It's gonna be he's gonna collect all these people on like a huge Discord server.
Care to ask their age.
Let me get your opinion on this man's ability to rizz up the fellas.
There you are. Come here. Just want to let you know that you did such a good job today.
He was born in 1946. Holy shit.
You're such a good girl.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're still watching. If you had to leave due to mental health reasons, I don't blame you one bit. That was a little bit of an uncomfortable situation we just had to bear witness to. I felt like I just came home to the world's creepiest father. What the hell was that?
You did such a good job today. I'm so proud of you.
What are you doing? Yeah, so if you can't tell, he doesn't even use his real voice. He uses a deep voice modifier to make...
No, I was wondering, yeah, because it did look like he wasn't matching him perfectly to his lips.
Makes me so viscerally uncomfortable. Like, it just feels so strange. Now, after some of these awful clips began to surface and people started to dig a little deeper on our mystery man Donovan Mayo over here, a lot of people began to notice one thing in particular about Donovan's account. He seemed to be following a large quantity of minors. It's no smoking gun, but it's enough to raise one's eyebrow, especially when this is the type of content you're producing on your channel.
You're such a good girl.
However, it wouldn't take long for the internet suspicions to be fully put to rest after the introduction of one of his new characters known as Phoenix Dream. Now, this character was voiced by one of Donovan's friends, and this is where things begin to take a disturbing turn.
Chapter 2. It's just acting.
Video for Phoenix Dream and her SMP.
Now, Dream Phoenix was the first time, to my understanding, we ever saw a new collaborative character in Donovan's SMP storyline. This character was added as, I presume, a female role that he felt he needed in his solo story. How convenient, Donovan. And you might be asking yourself, well, what seems to be the big deal? It might seem a little strange to the average person, but what's the harm? Well, it gets a little bit weird when it's revealed to the public that the person Donovan has been cosplaying with is 14 years old. Might I remind you, Donovan is 21 years old. Now, you might also be thinking, well, that's a little creepy, but it didn't get romantic, right? I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Now, we're not going to be showing...
No, pause the video. You're telling me this video called TikTok's Cosplaying Predator, The Untold Story of Donovan Mayo. You're telling me he was being romantic with a 14-year-old? You're full of shit.
Old's voice in these videos, because obviously they're the victim here. This person easily preyed upon them and used them to read out scripts and portray in situations that he wanted and that were his fantasies. I have a lot more I want to say about this, but I feel it's important to show you the clips so you can kind of start to put two and two together and we can reconvene back.
This part's gonna be cringy and painful to watch. You can tell already.
Phoenix Dream and her SMP. SMP. Enjoy. Hey brother, they're here now. Good.
I have to mention that this is really weird motif throughout this entire collection of his TikToks where like he's pretending to be like an older brother and it just feels so weird. Maybe ever since he was younger he wanted to like have a sibling, but at the same time it does feel like a weird power dynamic because yeah, bigger brother does have connotations of like being more authoritative and having more respect over someone else, so it's weird from all directions. It's bizarre, but it is like slight hints of the kind of like creepy is, you know, behind the mask.
Come in.
Mr. Lost Dream,
Miss Phoenix Dream. Please have a seat.
sits down. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you by our side. Welcome to our SMP.
Thank you. By the way, what's that?
Who's that? But he has an incredible voice. I refuse to believe that someone with that good of a voice is friends with this guy. He's probably like some guy he just hired from like Fiverr. And being like, can you please read this for my TikTok? You have a really cool voice.
This is my Merithian Master Blade. I actually forged it out of the Merithian candle. Quite a rare
what?
specimen, if you ask me. We actually forge all our weapons into artifacts, or
wait, sorry. What did he say? Into artifacts? Yeah, he had to correct himself post saying from artifacts.
Ow.
But enough about that. We are here to discuss that our SMPs are joining an alliance.
We are, and I accept.
Then may the little dreamers join with yours.
Much obliged.
Oh, I hate that headpad. That is so uncomfortable.
Introducing Phoenix Dream to, it's like, I guess, his Avengers of multiple dream sonas that he has. But you can already...
It is a different guy. He's wearing a button-up shirt. He's completely different from the guy from earlier.
This next clip, the mysterious and all-elusive Lost Dream. He captures Phoenix Dream and refuses to let her go unless his demands are met. Which I must remind you again that this character is voiced by a 14-year-old girl. In this TikTok, he says the only way that Dream Phoenix can ever be released, she goes on a date with him.
Oh my god.
Buddy, where is this Phoenix Dream everyone talks about?
My first thing about these kind of people is that they themselves make the big fuck up by doing this kind of shit that makes it very apparent that they're just like fucked up in the head.
I think I'm having fun.
What happened to this place?
Like my handiwork?
Phoenix Dream screams and fires arrow.
You surely are a feisty one, aren't you?
Is he still using the voice modifier? It does sound like weird and distorted and gay.
And I want a proposition for you.
What proposition?
Go on a date with me, and I'll spare everyone. Even though
Oh my, I just realized what he's doing. He's trying to make up this fake persona, so it makes it seem like he himself is not asking Phoenix Dream on a date, but it's this demon, just you can tell with the eyes. And you know, if there's one thing I have to respect, it's the amount of detail he puts into his storytelling, because it is like on very professional quality, so I have to respect that.
Yeah, something that Kiwi Tapes briefly pointed out is there's a scene right here where Donovan just starts digging his ass. It's just...
Oh, was he? That's so fucking funny. That's so... these people have no shame. They never try to like re-record that segment. They always just keep it in. Either because they don't care or because they forget to notice it.
People that they care about.
go on a date with me, and I'll spare everyone.
You know, he wants you to think he's this dark and charming villain, and that's just like a big part of the Donovan Mayo package. That also puts
Donovan Mayo. What is his actual name? There's no way his parents hated him so much that they actually called him Mayo. Well, his last name is Mayo, but there's no way his family from generations acquired that name from making Mayo, whatever.
YouTuber over on TikTok. When you're that age, you're not really thinking of all the horrible ways that people who are older would want to take advantage of you. Now, I'm not sure how this information came to light, but it very much did, as he followed up with an apology video that we're gonna get into in just a minute here. But the age became known of Phoenix Dream, who, might I remind you, was a 14-year-old girl who was just harmlessly trying to role play over on TikTok. And it became clear just how long he had been comfortable doing this, because Phoenix Dream was a constant reoccurring character over on his channel. And as an adult, it should go without saying that Donovan should have absolutely known that role-playing with minors, especially in a romantic manner, is A, not gonna be well received, buddy, but B, is just downright sick and immoral. You should know better.
It is fucked up, but these people never realize like what they did wrong until they have like a huge flood of people shitting on them in the comments, which is why I think most of these people deserve to be popular, so people actually get an eye on them and realize like what they're doing wrong by trying to be romantic for a minor, a 14-year-old. Because then after that, the 14-year-old like gets some perspective on what this guy is doing is fucking weird to begin with, and she shouldn't be with him in the first place. And I feel so bad for her, because imagine she was just looking for like a fun Minecraft server to be a part of, and she just so happened to be with this fucking creep, Donovan Mayo. What a name.
In fact, I think you do know better to be doing this. You're an adult. There's no way that people who are online nowadays just can somehow miss out that this type of behavior will not be tolerated by anyone online. We don't support it. Thankfully though, the internet was not just gonna casually let Donovan Mayo slip away with a slap on the wrist. No, after much pressure and finding that his comments had now become flooded with people either avid fans or others from outside.
There's no way he has avid fans that are passionate about him.
Finally caved and came out with an apology video that will go down in the history books as one of the worst apology videos I have ever bared witness to. And this apology we're about to watch, he reads over the chat logs surprisingly enough. He doesn't show them on his phone, but they're equally as damning given what he wrote down on his notepad. In his apology, he surprisingly reads off his chat logs, one in particular involving him and a minor. He goes in depth about how the minor doesn't have to worry about them getting caught because Donovan keeps his age hidden all across the internet and no one could ever find that out. And he follows it up with some reassurance that they sincerely have nothing to worry about. And then he does a fucking dance.
Hell yeah, chapter 3, confession / apology, dance.
Hello everyone, my name is Donovan Mayo, aka Donovan Mayo 46.
Oh, that Donovan Mayo, hell yeah, now I know.
On TikTok as a cosplayer and role player, but behind the scenes. I was role playing with minors, but didn't know at the time. I didn't care to ask their age, and this was my fault on my part, being the older one. In fact, here's one of the messages that I was role-playing with. Someone was asking, is this secret between us? Maybe people will think I'm too young for you. And in reply I said, it's all secret. Besides, my age is unlisted and unknown.
Some people would have to be tortured to have that secret out of them, but this guy just wrote it on a notepad, said it out loud on an apology video. But on the other hand, it is him just being dumb and admitting that he didn't give a shit that he was a minor.
Furthermore, I said, now stop playing coy with me. Your #1 fan is waiting. Besides, I have something for you. Sorry, something with me. Don't worry about it. I'm afraid they did worry about it. Either way, in a live stream, I also said that I tied someone up, which was a lie.
Oh, okay.
But that wasn't cool.
I'm gonna say this now, he has the same kind of like mannerisms as Christian, like, I did not do that.
Action and making sure that this never happens again. So this is to all my followers that I am sorry.
I want to see what dance does. It better be good. Come on. Show the world. Hell yeah.
This is me doing the thug shaker.
He's doing the, oh my god, he's looking for
to prove that I am truly
shaker.
sorry and serious about all this. That is all. Thank you very much.
If he really did give a shit, he should have done like a 2-hour dance all on camera.
Wow, okay, that apology was, yeah, that was a bit unreal in my personal opinion. So let's break this down. He starts off by saying minors, plural, and that's something that really stood out to me.
I mean,
I
he
was
did.
role-playing with minors, but didn't know at the
Yeah, what the
time.
fuck? He
Now,
did
this
say
could have just been a
minors.
slip of the tongue, given that Phoenix is the only known victim of Donovan, at least to my understanding. Now, to further my theory here, I believe it's backed up when he says, I didn't ask their age. Now, their being the one word I'm trying to hone in on.
I didn't care to ask their age.
There in itself is a word that has many meanings. It can mean singular or more than one, obviously. However, it stands out to me that he said minors, plural, and then follows it up with saying their age. That's something that kind of stood out to me. So as Donovan begins to read his messages, it really seals the deal that he is 100% guilty and acknowledges what he did.
Someone was asking, is this secret between us? Maybe people will think I'm too young for you. And in reply, I said, it's all secret. And this was my fault on my part, being the older one.
However, like so many people beforehand who get called out for this type of stuff, they seem to just act like it's not a big deal. Like they called someone mean on the playground. And it's like, ah, sorry I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, sorry. I'll do an apology dance for you on TikTok.
People and how it affects their lives. He said someone asked him if what they had between them was going to remain a secret. Donovan, however, is very quick to assure them that he privates his age everywhere and that this person doesn't have anything to worry about.
Besides, my age is unlisted and unknown.
What difference does that make? People can clearly tell that he's older than 18.
Saying, hey, we're doing something pretty awful. I don't know if I want to do this. You're just like, don't even worry about it. It'll be fine. I private my age. That's your excuse for doing what you do, is you hide your age online. So it shouldn't be a problem. Now, it's normal to hide your age online for a lot of people. A lot of people do it for privacy reasons, or
Oh my god, is that Donovan Mayo?
seeing them,
He has a watch now, holy shit.
with their privacy online. I'm not going to disregard that. However, I don't feel that Donovan was using the ability to private his age and name and all that in a manner which was for those benefits and those reasons. It makes interaction with his young viewers a whole lot easier, and it makes that bridge of trust from adult manipulating a minor just a tad bit simpler for Donovan. It's also hard to state a claim and say that you didn't know about their ages because you follow it up with a message you literally have with a minor where the context of that message is about age and age gaps.
But didn't know at the time. Maybe people will think I'm too young for you. My age is unlisted and unknown.
You can't use this as
there were a lot of parts in that video that were very juxtaposing. But the issue with a lot of these people is like they're very socially awkward. Therefore, they don't really understand what's okay and what's not, which is why you see like small peaks of them being super weird, because they don't really have any perspective on what's right, which in some part you have to feel sorry for them, but on the other side, throughout the entire video he was just doing like the most unbelievable shit that was so hard to watch.
Donovan, you can't play dumb when you just 2 seconds later incriminate yourself in the most hypocritical way possible. Also, it will never be a good excuse to say I didn't ask their age, so I'm in the clear, right? You as the adult, when you're pursuing someone in a romantic or just strictly flirtatious manner, you need to iron out and be 100% sure that the person you are speaking to is not a minor. Oh, and let's not forget that infamous line he dished out there towards the end where he says,
Now stop playing coy with me. Your #1 fan is waiting. Besides, I have something for you. Sorry, something with me.
he thought nothing of this until he was actually called out and people pressured him to make a video about it and to talk about why he thought that this was an okay thing. As for the claims of him,
I'm not trying to defend him, but at the same time, why would you keep that part in your... Why would you write that down on a notebook to include in the
I
video?
also said that I tied someone up, which was a lie.
mainly because that would actually require him to leave his room, though I'm not sure the live stream
Okay, come on. That's a low-hanging fruit. Come on.
someone up. But the real icing on the cake here is when he does his apology dance. Let me play that for you guys one more time.
Me
Yes.
doing the thug shaker.
Well, yeah. I know we have like 5-6 minutes left of the video, but I want to play this on repeat like 400 times if that's okay with you guys.
I couldn't find an exact reason why he did the thug shaker, but from what I could gather in the back alleys of TikTok and comment sections, apparently there was news that he was going to be making an apology video, and some trolls decided to get to the old drawing board, and they said, what if we told Donovan that doing the thug shaker is the universal sign that you are genuinely sorry in any form of apology?
Oh my god. Sometimes trolls are really shitty, but this situation where they fuck with him is kind of funny.
None of this at all makes up for the horrible stuff he did. There is still a person out there who is gonna have a hard time ever trusting adults again on the internet, but man, it just brings a smile to my face. Like, wow, you look really stupid. You're never gonna live this one down, that's for sure. After I was finished editing this video, I did some further digging and
Okay, I'm not sure. Is that the same guy? I can't tell.
After I was finished editing this video, I did some further...
Is that like his brother? I can't. It's really hard to tell.
Part to Donovan's apology and allegedly the conversations Donovan had with these minors. I'll be showing both of those to you now.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Donovan Mayo, and this is a video to TikTokers who are minors. I saw that in text I may have did some shrewd things. Well, I'm here to tell you now that all of that was just acting. In fact, I still kind of practice for whenever I try to get a lover. Because the truth is, I've been single all my life.
Oh.
Never even had...
Honestly, we should forgive him from all that creepy shit. He has been single his entire life.
Yet, I've been wanting someone so badly. I've just been acting. Just so I can try to make myself feel better. And some of you actually wanted the stuff from me. I just want to say, I'm not that guy for you. If you guys are gonna treat me like I'm some kind of toy to mess around with, or if you think I'll be treating you as a toy, I'm not. I'm neither of those things. And I want to say I'm sorry for those I texted all those shrewd things about you two. There are no words that I could say better than I'm sorry. But unfortunately, that's all I could say. So let me give you my deepest apologies here and now. And let me just say, I don't think I want any of you. I don't want anything to have to do with you. That's all I can try to say. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
For this next part, I want to give a bit of a big disclaimer here. I stumbled across what appeared to be a re-upload of the alleged text messages between Donovan and said minor.
God.
However, as much as I don't like Donovan, I need us to be sure that we're taking this information in with a grain of salt. The only reason I'm showing these text messages is that Donovan does admit that he has spoken to these minors in a shrewd manner, and these texts are pretty much verbatim what he has written down on his notepad, which provides a lot of context. It did stand out to me.
I feel like it's gonna be very close to what he actually said in the apology video, but I still want to see like what other parts he kept out.
At the end of the day, this is just confirmation of saying these are simply alleged text messages. Now, if this is 100% proven to be untrue, I will gladly remove this section of my video. Makes her look at him. Hey, it's okay. You're just shy and I get it. Then allow me to help. Moves.
I hate role-playing shit on this level.
Eek. Okay, is this a secret between us? Maybe people will think I'm too young for you. It's all secret. Besides, my age is unlisted and unknown. Now stop playing coy with me. Your #1 fan is waiting. Besides, I have a condom with me. Don't worry about it.
What? Oh, a condom. Holy shit. He didn't include the condom part at the beginning.
Something with him, but never clarified on what that meant.
Besides, I have something for you. Sorry, something with me. Don't worry about it.
If these text messages are true, however, this shows us that the interactions with this minor was intended to be taken a step further. This also doesn't help.
Yeah, that condom part was like a huge gavel. There's no way you can defend that. That was like a huge left turn due to being sexual. Oh my god.
Further goes in depth in his second part of the apology, saying that he uses this as acting, which is just such a convenient excuse, and that he uses this as practice.
A lot of the best
when
actors in Hollywood have role played with like 14-year-olds, with of them like using a condom with them. So I can see where it's coming from.
or he gets a real girlfriend or boyfriend.
In fact, I still kind of practice for whenever I try to get a lover. Never even had a single boyfriend or girlfriend. I've just been acting.
Without even the text, that wording alone alludes to the true nature of his conversation. But once more, in regards to those texts, I ask you to take them with a grain of salt, and if they are proven to be untrue and completely false, I will gladly remove them from the video. My name's Wonder. It was super phenomenal to have you here. If you did enjoy today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe down below with the bell notification on so you don't miss out on any further uploads, as it really does help out my channel, really does mean a lot to me.
Yeah, I didn't know the video. That was a pretty good video, yeah. This was more like toned down than most of the stories, because I've noticed that with most of these like people, they normally have like a huge blow up, where at the end, they just give up and start being like way more weird because of all like the harassment they get in the comments. But for this guy, yeah, he was like a very, he handled it better than most of the people. Most of the people wouldn't make an apology, and even though this one wasn't very good, he still made one, because most of the people were like trying to like sweep it under the rug and pray to God that people didn't find out. But at the end part, like the last part of his video, was just like a huge massive change, because yeah, at first it felt more romantic, but now with that condom part, yeah, there's no defense for that. It's very clearly sexual. But you know what, Donovan Mayo, I could tell from your name already that you have a great destiny. So I hope you have a good future in Hollywood and that you gained a lot of experience from this acting. So I can't wait to see you in future movies. I'm so excited.
Like the Dow in sight. Today is a green day. So it's plain to specify it.